It's Friday night, and I've gotten 2 compliments on the bike in the last couple of days. One kid was driving a bike, like a motocross bike, kind of, and he comes by and he goes like this after I blew past him. I don't know if that was good or bad. Another kid just today, I was pulling into a store, and a kid, I'm saying 20 years old, he goes, "Dude, that is clean, man. That's really, really clean." So I considered that kind of cool, even though I don't know what it means. But I've gone over my 700-mile limit on the rear spring, and this is what I'm going to do today. This is the rear spring right here, 1500 stall, which I use. And this was, as you can see, that it says 1500, and the rest of it's kind of like, well, I'll tell you what, it's either Chinese, Japanese, or Greek. And as we Americans say, it's all Greek to me. Now, what we mean by that is the old Greek lettering that, you know, you can go like this, or like this, or like this, or like that, and you still can't read it. It's all Greek to me. So this has to be replaced because the motor, it gets so, it pulls on that rear clutch, and I need a really crisp going from first to second gear, or high or low to high. And the motor has to wind up so many RPMs when you're in low gear in order for it to kick into high gear, or the rear pulley's open, and you really get that that low speed burst, and then there's no middle, and then it kicks to the high speed. Well, when these springs get weak, what happens is the rear pulley down here opens too quickly, and you don't get that crisp response. So with this big a motor and everything, then that is a problem. The next thing I'm going to do after, when I do the spring, is I'm going to try this nice little belt I got from France. I think it's France. It's Polini. This is an original. Well, you can see right there, it's got to be Canadian, because I can't understand a damn word of it. It just says 4DO kicks unholy ass, and Kevlar or Hercules, whatever, I don't know. But Polini, you know, makes really good stuff, I guess. This is a Kevlar belt that, and you can see where it says Vision, which is a Metropolitan, Kimco, Deluxe, Peugeot, Rapid, I don't know, whatever that means. So this cost me a lot of money. This cost me about $50 US, but it was the only one I could find that was Kevlar, and I wanted to try it. Now, a lot of people have told me, look, whether you go Kevlar, or we usually use just the regular belts, but I want to try it and see what it is. And the nice thing about this belt is it's a stock belt for the Honda Elite. It's not the wider one. It's a tiny little bit wider for the Dio ZX rear end, which is the belt is a little bit wider and a little bit shorter. So I'm going to use this really cool tool that Steve sent me from VT. Steve Van Treese, the legendary owner of VT Cycles in Hawaii, where I've gotten most of my parts. Probably, you know, 99.999 1000% of them. But he sent me this. This was his brother's, and God rest his soul. But this is the coolest looking thing. And what this does is holds the variator. Then I have my ZTR clutch tool, which works like a charm. You can do this with one hand. Just putting your rear, it's called a clutch basket. You put your rear clutch in this, and it works just brilliantly. So anyway, we want to see how that works. Another problem I have is that with the front variator, I've had to use the Permatex Red glue to hold the nut on from it spinning off, and where I've had to walk this thing 2-3 miles home. And so what I'll have to do is probably use a heat gun on the front nut, variator nut, and then what I'll do is I'll hook up my air compressor right here, and I'll get out my 3/4 or half-inch drive gun and take that nut off. So I've had 2 compliments. Everyone likes it. Oh, and one last thing. I want to tell you what happened to me yesterday, and you won't believe it, okay? There may be a new addition to my fleet, all right? You all know that I have, or most of my subscribers know, if I wasn't so damn vain, I have the 1993 bike. I have a 2014 Yamaha Zuma, and I have a 1985 Honda 3-wheeler Honda Gyro. Well, yesterday when I went to pick up a new spark plug for the Zuma, the shop owner stopped and said, "Look, we've been looking for you. You're the gyro owner, right?" I said, "Yeah, that's me, officer, but I don't know a damn thing. Check is in the mail. I had my head turned. I didn't see a damn thing." And he goes, "Oh, that's cool. You're not in trouble, but we've got a gyro that we want you to look at if you want to buy it." So I went in the back, and they have a gyro, and I may buy it. So anyway, it's in pretty bad condition, but I may buy it. All right, I'm going to take the fairing off, and we'll see what we can do.